Digestive system of cockroach. Digestive system consists of alimentary canal and digestive glands. One of the important digestive gland is the salivary gland. Alimentary canal digestive glands ചേർന്നതാണ് കോക്രോച്ചിൻ്റെ digestive system എന്ന് പറയുന്നത്. ഇതിന് 3 വിഭാഗങ്ങളായിട്ട് തിരിച്ചിരിക്കുന്നു. It's divided into 3 regions: foregut, midgut and hindgut. Up to this one is the foregut. That means it contains mouth, so there is a mouth, small opening, pharynx, esophagus, crop and gizzard, while the midgut contains an elongated coiled tubes, and the hindgut has 3 regions or 4 regions. This is the ileum, colon, rectum and the anus. These are the different parts of the alimentary canal. So the foregut starts from the mouth, which opens into a buccal cavity. Buccal cavity leads into a narrow tube called the esophagus. Esophagus opens into a large chamber or sac-like structures called the crop. So the function of the crop is to store the food materials. From the crop, it leads into a small structure called a gizzard or proventriculus. It has 6 chitinous plates which helps in grinding of food particles. So function of the gizzard is to grind the food particles. Next is the midgut. So at the junction of the midgut and foregut, there is 8 tubular cylindrical structures called hepatocae. This function of hepatocae is to secrete the digestive enzymes. The midgut contains secretory part and absorptive part. It secretes some digestive enzymes, and also the major absorption of the digested food takes place in the mesentery or midgut region. The next region is the hindgut. The first portion of the hindgut is the ileum, which is short and narrow. At the junction of the midgut and hindgut, there are some yellow glandular structures. It's called the Malpighian tubule, which is excretory in organ. Malpighian tubule is excretory organ. Ileum is followed by colon and then into rectum. So this region absorbs maximum water. There are some rectal glands here, which helps in the absorption of water. Now the digestive glands, salivary glands. Salivary glands start from the hypopharynx, and it has 2 portions. One is called the salivary receptacles or reservoirs, and the glandular part. So these are all the glandular part. This one is the glandular part. Leaf പോലെ glandular part ആണ്. അതിന് റൈറ്റും ലെഫ്റ്റും ബ്രാഞ്ചസ് ഉണ്ട്. അതിൻ്റെ ഡക്റ്റിന് പറയുന്ന പേരാണ് സലൈവറി ഡക്റ്റ് എന്ന് പറയുന്നത്. സോ റിസെപ്റ്റക്കിൾ എന്ന് വരുന്ന ഡക്റ്റിനെ റിസർവോയർ ഡക്റ്റ് എന്ന് പറയും. ദീസ് ആർ ദ റിസർവോയർ ഡക്റ്റ്. This is the reservoir duct from the right and left region, and this is the salivary duct on the right and left, open into a common salivary duct. അതുകൂടാതെ റിസർവോയർ ഡക്റ്റും രണ്ടും കൂടെ ഓപ്പൺ ചെയ്യുന്നത് ഒരു കോമൺ ട്യൂബിലേക്കാണ്. സോ ദിസ് ഈസ് കോൾഡ് കോമൺ efferent salivary canal. Common efferent salivary canal എന്ന് പറയും. വിച്ച് ഓപ്പൺ ഇൻ ടു ദി ഹൈപ്പോഫാരിങ്. പിന്നെ അവിടെ നിന്ന് നേരെ ഇസോഫാഗസിലേക്ക് തുറക്കും, where it mixes the incoming food. Hepatocae also secretes some digestive enzyme. Physiology of digestion. The cockroach is an omnivorous esophagus. For biting and chewing ശേഷം വെജിറ്റബിൾസോ അല്ലെങ്കിൽ അത് പേപ്പേഴ്സോ എന്തെങ്കിലും കഴിച്ചതിന് ശേഷം it mixes the saliva, so it cut into small particles and come to the esophagus and then stored in the crop. So actually the function of the crop is to store the food materials. There is a wall in between which regulates the flow of food into the gizzard or proventriculus. Gizzard is also known as proventriculus. So it has many cuticular teeth within the gizzard which crushes the food and make into a finer particles. The lining of midgut and hepatic act both as a secretory and absorptive areas. The hepatic and the lining of the intestine midgut helps in the digestion and absorption of the materials. So this hepatic and salivary glands secrete amylase, maltase, invertase, lactase, beta-galactosidase, protease, and lipase. All these enzymes are amylase digest the carbohydrate, maltase digest the maltose, invertase digest the sucrose, lactase digest the lactose, then protease digests protein, lipase digests lipids. Cellulose obtained in the midgut is digested by the microorganism residing there. So the cockroach itself don't have the capacity to digest the cellulose, but the bacteria or the microorganism which is present in the midgut digest the cellulose. Most of the digested food are absorbed in the midgut. Glucose is absorbed by the hepatic hindgut. Water and salts are absorbed from the hindgut region. Residual matter temporarily stored in the rectum and periodically ejected out through the anus. It requires 33 hours to travel entire length of the alimentary canal. So completed digestion നടക്കണമെങ്കിൽ അതിൻ്റെ പൂർത്തിയാവണമെങ്കിൽ ഏകദേശം 33 മണിക്കൂറോളം digestion നടക്കും. This is all about the digestion, physiology of digestion.